almost had a moment of panic. Slightly. I almost slightly had a moment of panic. Very, very slightly. I was like, oh god, I have no soy sauce. But anyways, now that the crisis is averted, we can get down to things and such, and potentially just living life. Making messes, living life. Yeah, sounds about right. Okay. Making sure that all of that should be good to go. Put that in. Right. Then we're gonna go and take some rice and fill that up. So hopefully this isn't too hectic, but I'm gonna get the rice started while I'm doing this. Remember to wash your rice. It is a good habit to get into. Not to mention you never know what you'll find in the rice container. About one cup, give or take. We're gonna make sure that you're gonna put that there. Go. That should be, yeah, there should be enough water in there for that. Should be. We're gonna keep our options open. White rice, let's go. Alright. And let's try to keep things clean, keep things safe. And try not to create too big of a mess. But there's no guarantee on that. What do we need? I need to go find that recipe again, is what I need to do. I did read a recipe. Doesn't mean that I completely memorized it. Not today, anyways. Let's see. I don't know who's here. That's okay. Should be a baked coconut shrimp recipe. There we go. Baked coconut shrimp. Can I just jump the recipe? Oh. You're no fun. Anyway, what temperature does that oven need to be at? 425. Cool. That's all I needed to know. This one. I was like, wait, I need to put it on something. Yeah, it's called not screwing this up already. 425. Let's go and get that done. Hopefully. Alright, so we're gonna let that heat up. Gonna spray a pan, sheet pan. What's behind here? So we're gonna spray a sheet pan because you want to make sure you don't have your shrimp sticking to things. If you have shellfish or nut allergies, I would refrain from making this recipe. Because coconut is a nut. It's a palm tree nut. You don't partake into the nut or shellfish variety if you have allergies to those things. I'm one to talk, but mine are mild. My allergies are mild. Do not do what I do. Be safe. Anyways. I'm trying to remember where my brain's at and what I'm doing. That's a good question. That's a good question. What is my brain doing? I'm gonna need some flour. And I'm gonna need some panko. Panko. Hopefully I can grab that. Why is it so hard to grab? Some panko. I do need the paprika. Okay, so what are we gonna do? Well, we're gonna try to do our best, and we're not frying this, we are baking this, because sometimes baking things is a bit healthier than frying them. And that's just how that is. Okay. Oh, I need to go on the... Hopefully I can get this poached. Alright, now got flour, and we got the paprika, then onion powder, garlic powder, salt, pepper. Okay, I can do that. Some pepper. Salt. Then onion powder and garlic powder. That is not the right garlic powder. Why did I put that up there? That was onion powder. Onion powder and then garlic powder. got it. I don't know, coconut shrimp sounds good. Sounds good. Probably not gonna be good for me. Jeez. I do like coconut though. Caution though, coconut is a natural fiber and it does do a lot of things you do not want to happen. So be using in moderation, unless you really, really need to go. Alright. So hydration is key in any setting. Alright. Salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, paprika. And that's about all of that. And we're going to go ahead and kind of toss the dry spices with some flour. Get that nice and coated. 2 more bowls because we're apparently chaotic. That's why. Anyways, you got your flour and spices, which you're not going to need too much because this is going to be relatively simple, relatively easy, relatively. I say that, and then I'm probably gonna like do something that I'm gonna regret. Don't worry too much about it. Just too many questions. Anyways, do you want to do the panko in with that? Probably. Probably. Anyways, it's not. It's like a seasoned bread crust, which is not necessarily what you want, but if it's what you got, you make it work. Okay, so you got that. Then shrimp, deveined, tail on, peeled. Yeah, should be fine. Coconut needs to go in one of the bowls. We're going to take some shredded coconut. Go ahead and put in some shredded coconut in there. I haven't made this in a very long time, and that is okay. We're going to definitely have a little fun with this. I just wish other people in the house with coconut shrimp. But no one's a fan of coconut or shrimp. Okay. Let's see. Coconut shrimp. Coconut, right, focus. Okay, so 3 eggs. And we're going to take a whisk for these as well. But you're going to need a whisk. I feel like I need music during this, but I don't really know how well that would go. We'll take a chance. If you change your mind on a perfect person. Take a chance on me. Cooking lo-fi. Let's go. Of course there's ads. Ads. Okay. I don't know if I've got enough water in the rice. Yeah, I did. The rice is just being angry. And that's okay. I feel like you can make a coconut cream pie. I feel like I should. But I've already made, we already have enough desserts. Alright. This part is going to be a little bit not something I honestly want to do, but sometimes you gotta work past things. I don't remember if I was supposed to leave the tails on. I think I was supposed to leave the tails on. I think I'm supposed to leave the tails on because I think they're supposed to, like, be how you pull the coconut shrimp and eat it. That's fine. I don't know how this was supposed to be like a thing. I feel like this isn't gonna go very well. like there's something I'm missing or something I'm not doing right. I don't know. Supposed to bake it. Grab that. That. Put that on the pan.
Sell your clothes with no selling fees on Depop. Clear out your closet.
Really do not appreciate
Buy.
the ads. Thanks. Oh, that's a weird looking one. Then back into here. I'm doing something wrong. Yeah, that's what I feel like I'm doing. Like I'm doing something wrong. Ever mentioned I'm not the biggest fan of like having to touch raw eggs. No, well this is a good time for me to mention that. Because I'm not a big fan. Very much not a big fan. Alright. I am low-key jealous, or not envious of people that are going to the concert tonight. You know who is live at that concert tonight? Five Finger Death Punch and Marilyn Manson. And I'm just over here going, take me with you. Okay, there's that one. I don't know how well this is gonna go. I feel like maybe I did something wrong. If I throw some coconut in with the flour, I think that's what I was supposed to do. I think I was supposed to throw like some coconut in with the flour. It's a learning process. It's a learning process. Go, go, go. Quickly. We can figure this out. We can figure this out step by step. We can do this. Ignore things. Just do your thing. Okay. I think I just screwed up even further. I didn't think I could screw up even further. Apparently I was wrong. Well, this may be a definite learning experience on my part. I think using frozen may not have been the best idea, but that's one thing we're learning. Just learning a bit, living a little by little. Learning what works for us. do a few coconut shrimp, and then we'll switch over to making shrimp fried rice apparently, because I think we kind of screwed up a little bit. Probably. I don't think this is how it's supposed to go. I think I'm supposed to like take shrimp. Oh no. Just make it work. This is fine. Everything's fine. I'm making the winter culinary and I can't really. Always the meat. It's always the meat. It's always the meat part. As more of a pastry chef, this is bullshit. More of a pastry chef. This is bullshit. So.
Unleash the baller within you with these basketball shoes. They can be here for free on Temu. Don't let the price deceive you. They are crafted with enhanced grip while also introducing an element of exclusive.
Skip. Anywho. Sometimes what we learn is sometimes we have ideas, and sometimes we feel that those ideas are really good ideas, and then they end up not being really great ideas. That's okay though. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in there. Alright, now we're going to take some of the stuff, we're going to clean as we go, but we're going to take all the scraps and trash and put that in a bowl for right now. I might still be able to do that. Sorry. Alright. We're gonna need to cut carrots, or else we're gonna need to kill them. Ow. I knew that the tails would do that. Guess we're just cooking with shrimp tonight. That's okay. Eggs, shellfish, nuts. This is allergy central. Potentially allergen central. Oh. Oh fuck. Brief intermission. Are you kidding me? It wasn't even a knife this time. It wasn't even a knife this time. Kidding me? You've gotta be kidding me. I'll be right back. It wasn't. It wasn't even a knife this time.
Expedia helps you find the right time to book.
I've been using this app to play games and earn Amazon gift cards. So far, I've collected enough units, and now I'm going to redeem a $100 gift card. Imagine all the stuff I could get with a $100 Amazon gift card. I'm so excited. So I'm sure you're wondering. The app is called Misplay. All I had to do was install the app and play games. The app suggested games that I actually liked, so earning those units was actually fun. Such a cool pro-life tip in life.
I skip your
Just play
ads.
it. Simple and fun. I told my friends and family.
Wasn't even a knife. I swear. I am prone to injury no matter what I do. No matter what I do. I exist and life just decides no, fuck you. Just exist. Just exist. This is just ridiculous. All I did was just exist. I just existed. That was it. That's all I did. Let's try to do this minus the first finger, because they're apparently not using this one. Why? Because apparently life decided even just peeling the tail off the shrimp is going to injure us. should have been your first sign not to do that. You know, I should have took it as a sign, but sometimes I don't listen. Everything's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. This is fine. Everything's fine. I just have to try not to use my first finger. If I lost a finger, well now I know what I do. But I kind of use the first finger on this hand to draw with, so I'd hope I wouldn't lose that one. So let's hope and pray. And if you're not into prayer, that's fine too. There's so much in here. I need to like store some of these for later. That one has most of the tail off a bit, so it should be fine. Got one more. Amount there. Trash. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna seal this down. And we're gonna go ahead and try to get our brain to focus. If it can. Really? You have 2 fruit cups. You have 2 fruit cups. Like, I know I said you could have those, but you had 2 of them? Really? I feel like I should flip those over. I'm a little scared to. These do not burn. These do not burn. Really not burn. Agreed. Having a heckin' time over here. Yep. So let's trigger this. Try to there we go. Yep. I was just trying to cut the freaking. I was just trying to peel the tail off. That's all I was trying to do. Carrots. Carrot sticks. Just do 2 carrots. No. Nope, I didn't boil the shrimp first. don't judge me. Okay, I didn't do anything. Over there judging me. What the fuck did I do to you? I just exist. How did you cut yourself? Doing shrimp and peeling the tail of the shrimp. They were frozen? We didn't boil them? No. Why the fuck was I supposed to boil them? Why would I do that? You think I think about this rationally? I'll pause music, go there. I don't know, it might have a broil. Wait, high, low? I've never used the broil setting before. Why are you suggesting this? What the fuck? Too late. I've already cooked them. It's already too late in the cooking process to go back. Way too late. It's way too late in the cooking process to try to go back. Too late. I know that there's ABK. So, not even an hour into cooking and I've already injured myself. Not intentionally. And it wasn't with a knife. Or the potato peeler. It wasn't with any sharp object. You would be surprised as to what caused it. So, first finger got a bit cut open on the side. I was taking the tail off of frozen shrimp. Frozen shrimp. And then I noticed that there was like some ice that had like a discoloration on the ice, and I'm like, I'm just gonna set that over there. And I'm like, wait. I looked down at my finger and I'm just like, huh, I'll be right back. Because I didn't think that that would happen. I didn't think that shrimp, of all things, I didn't think shrimp could cut you. I was just like, it's shrimp. It's literally, it's the least expected thing that would ever injure you. But apparently, somehow, I, having like culinary skills and shit, apparently found a way for shrimp to take my finger out. Shrimp! It wasn't even a knife! It wasn't a sharp object! It wasn't a sharp object this time! Yeah, I think those are done. I think I burned some of the coconut. Yeah, if it's frozen shrimp, those things can catch you. Yeah, well, instructions unclear, phallic and toaster. okay? Instructions unclear, phallic and toaster. I have experienced that. Well, I don't get to cook this very often. I don't get to cook shrimp very often. And also, I was trying out making a few coconut shrimp to go with one of the things I'm making. I'm just going to let that sit there for now because that's way too high. And I'm going to need to cut off, not my fingers, but I'm going to need to cut some of this. Okay, so while we're trying to do this time, let's not have any injuries. Oh, what are you doing today? Oh, you know, just peeling shrimp. Is it cooked or is it frozen? Oh, it's frozen. Snap. What'd you just do? Nothing. Do you need a Band-Aid? No. Are you lying? You need a Band-Aid, don't you? Maybe. It's like, did you injure yourself peeling the tail off a shrimp? Yeah. You have certification in hot and cold food handling. You have certification in knife skills. And you have certification in pastry chef work. And you cut yourself on a shrimp. A shrimp. Don't judge me. I don't need this judgment. I am just a person. Like, what did you do today? Oh, you know, I just cut myself on a piece of shrimp. You what? Cut yourself on a piece of shrimp. How does one cut themselves on a piece of shrimp? Very, very, you know, very skillfully. Very skillfully. And it's a good thing I was paying attention. Frozen shrimp as a weapon, unexpected yet really dangerous if the tail is right at the right angle. Yeah, if the tail is in the right angle, definitely kind of a dangerous weapon. But sometimes that is how it is. You never, nobody expects the Shrimp Inquisition. And I luckily had a spare small bottle of soy sauce for this. So, this should be relatively okay. And I have good news medically. I have good news medically for once. I got my liver panels back from blood work. And the ruling is I do not have fatty liver, and my liver is not dying, so we're good. In fact, my liver is very much on the healthy side of things. Very healthy liver. So, one of the reasons my liver enzymes were high during the lab work is, well, fun thing you don't know. If you eat stuff you're allergic to, and you do that before you get labs done, and you think, oh, I'll be fine, take an allergy med, I'll be fine. Your enzymes in your body are still breaking down what you were allergic to. And I'm not supposed to eat just like egg-based foods a lot because I have a slight allergy that causes a slight anaphylaxis to just eating eggs by themselves. And the morning that I got those labs done, I needed to eat something. Quickest thing to eat had eggs in it. Had specifically like cooked eggs and cheese and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, that's reasonable. I'm in a hurry. That's fine. I didn't know it was going to raise my liver enzymes during the test. And it turns out that whenever you eat stuff you're allergic to and you think you're going to be fine, your lab work can get seriously messed up by that. So all of your other labs can come back normal, healthy, and fine, but your liver enzymes, because your liver is processing a lot of the stuff that you're allergic to, your liver just because I wanted something for breakfast that seemed reasonable and tasty, eggs, I kind of screwed up a little bit because I didn't realize I would be having labs that day, and had labs, and I'm like, uh-oh. Like, I didn't realize I was gonna have labs that day, and then I got labs done, and I'm like, hey, what if I had something I was allergic to for breakfast? So yeah, you can mess up your labs by eating stuff you're allergic to. It's a fun fact. Well, not really fun. It's more like horrendous, but now you know. And another thing is that a lot of the foods that I already eat that have like vegetables and stuff in it, a lot of the foods that I already eat are considered very healthy for my liver. And because I don't have a gallbladder, a lot of my foods I eat are generally not super greasy, and they're not super unhealthy. And I actually eat a lot of the foods that are specifically really good for your liver. So if you eat things that involve nuts, olive oil, things like fish, poultry, not red meats, but if you eat things like chicken, fish, nuts, vegetables, fruits, believe lactose alternatives, avocado stuff. If you eat that kind of stuff, it helps your liver, and it helps your liver stay healthy. And so if you really like broccoli and spinach and beans and stuff like that, and you like nuts and peas and carrots and things like that, or if you like apples, strawberries, bananas, grapefruit, dragon fruit, oranges, lemons, citrus of any kind. I don't do citrus, but fruits and veggies are healthy for you, and they help your body in the long run. And a lot of foods I eat, because I don't have a gallbladder, have been helpful in the long run towards my body for labs, and just in general, to prevent my body from getting really, really screwed up in the liver department, because I would not want to be in the needing a liver transplant area. I would not want to be in that area. But that's good news, and luckily that means one less worry for me, and I can just continue eating what I eat and call it good. And I kind of panicked about the liver stuff, and we have a whole bunch of groceries that are very helpful for the liver right now, and a lot of healthy foods. And I'm just over here like, whoops. Because I kind of panicked. But not necessarily a bad thing. Hopefully. I am, however, slightly jealous of people who are going to see the band that is in town right now for the concert that's going on. There's a concert in town today, And you'll never guess who is playing at that concert right now. So the other week was Hollywood Undead last week. This week, well, last week it was Hailstorm, Hollywood Undead, I Prevail, and Fit for a King. This week, the band that's playing, well, bands that are playing, are the main two that are playing are Marilyn Manson and Five Finger Death Punch. So I'm just over here like, yes, yes. You're telling me Five Finger Death Punch is at the freaking concert place right now, and I'm not there. Son of a bitch. Which I think that's pretty cool. Excuse me while I go, what the fuck? Yeah, so Marilyn Manson and Five Finger Death Punch are at the concert place here in town. And I completely forgot that that was going to be a thing. So I'm just over here like, that is pretty cool. Like last week was I Prevail, Fit for a King, Hailstorm, and Hollywood Undead. And the main band I went to the concert for last week was Hollywood Undead because they were a big part of my growing up, and they're still a part of my playlist. But Five Finger Death Punch, that band specifically was part of letting my anger out and allowing me to vent through music. So I have, oh geez, thanks for the follow. So it's pretty cool. I'm just hoping that there will be a lot more bands. If I remember correctly, there's, I believe, Rob Zombie, right. Rob Zombie is supposed to be there, I believe, in October. Make a positive note towards myself. Okay. If you are spamming, please stop, read the rules, and respect boundaries, and read through the bio and everything before following, because I may not be a person you want to follow. One of the first rules in the rules is please do not spam. So that means that also includes redeeming things multiple times in a row, spamming emotes, crossing boundaries. I keep forgetting that as you become a bigger streamer, like when you hit past 300 followers, your freaking tends to be a bunch of people that come in and troll you or spam stuff as you grow, and I'm just like, ah, fuck. I think I'd much rather lose followers at that point. It's funny. Funny, funny, funny. Anyways, I hope everyone is having a good day. And the weather has been relatively nice. I was able to go out in long knee-length shorts and a short sleeve shirt and be able to just walk around and catch Pokemon playing Pokemon Go. I got a lot of Pokemon today. Got a lot of Pokemon. I decided, well, if I wasn't going to bike ride, I might as well just go on a walk. Worth it. Yeah, it is one of the downsides of being a streamer. But I never really have more than a couple streamers in my streams anyways. But fun time. I know that I'm hoping the weather hasn't been too bad out there either. Me who keeps forgetting to play Pokemon Go. Yeah, no, I've been playing Pokemon Go for a while. I think currently I'm at level 32. Yeah, level 32. I believe the cap on the levels is, I want to say 40? 42? I need to Google that real quick. Hold on. Hi, Bixby. Level cap Pokemon Go.
I didn't understand that.
Fucking bitch. Hi, Bixby. What is the level cap on Pokemon Go?
50.
Oh, they upped it. Nice. They upped the level. So the max level on Pokemon Go is now 50. I was pretty sure it was like 30 something or 40 something at one point. It's now 50. So that means that I can continue to hit all the Pokestops and keep leveling up. Sweet. Wait. So you play Pokemon Go, but not as much as you used to. Now my question for you, what's your team? Who do you work for? I am assuming you're Team Mystic. Or are you Team Valor? Because I don't think you're on the same team as me. There's no way. Sweats profusely. Why are you sweating profusely? Do you want me to tell you which team I'm on? Because I can. If you're nervous, I'll have to check my team again. Because I am on I'm on a team in which I don't really like the color, but neither here nor there. I like the gym leader, so that's what matters to me. I'm on Team Instinct. Now you know. It's like, oh, why haven't you leveled up past 32 yet? Because life be lifin', surgeries happen, and I'm not addicted to being on my phone all the time. Plus, sometimes I just forget to load up Pokemon Go while I'm out walking around or while I've never been in a stream where redeems are considered spamming. I'm sorry. You might want to specify that in the rules. Sorry, I had to wait out the timer. Checking the team. So it is specified in the rules. It's specified specifically because in December I was swatted twice. I was playing Minecraft and a person decided it would be funny to follow and then start spamming repetitively redeems and emotes, and they were spamming like 40 different redeems in a row, and then they had someone else hop in and were spamming with them, and when I told them to stop, they wouldn't stop and they kept spamming. And whenever I told them if they didn't stop, I would ban them, which I had to do 8 times because they did 8 different accounts. BK was there for that stream. They wouldn't stop. I banned them each time, and it got to a point where they doxed me and called the cops on my house twice. And it was not a great thing. And that is why I have a limit on how many redeems and emotes and stuff can be done, because I don't want people to get upset or get mad for me setting boundaries, so I put it in the rules. It got super hostile from 2 people in my chat, and they laughed about it whenever the police came into my house, and the police showed up on my stream. Like, they came into my room and came on stream, and I had to end my stream because there were police that came into my room on stream twice. It was not a great experience, and it was one of the reasons why I switched to doing a PNG tuber for a while, and I believe about 3 months ago started doing actual camera streams again where I show my face and where I am, because people sometimes are not the greatest, and sometimes people don't listen to boundaries or rules, or they disrespect people because they think that they can take over someone else's stream when it's not their stream. It's disrespectful, and it's not something I tolerate. And that's why there are those kind of rules in the rules that I have. And I'm hoping that that makes sense and that you understand. Because, like, I tried to click through on desktop to check the message again, and all but the last 2 rules were cut off, so I've got no way of rechecking, but honestly it might be a difference based on follower size and usual category. I'm normally always only in makers and crafting. Yeah, doing redeems like 1 or 2 times in a row, that's fine, but doing them like 4 or 6 or 8 times in a row, it starts to get more spam stuff, and people can spam redeems, that does happen in chats. It's not great or a great look for a lot of people, and I get it, some people want to spend points, and that's cool, but just I get a little bit like, yeah, I understand where you're coming from though, and I appreciate it. I was trying to explain why I responded the way I did, and just kind of responding to explain why there is a rule in that case. Like why there's a rule in regards to that. But welcome to the stream, and hopefully it's not too chaotic. But I just hit affiliate last October and Halloween. That's fair. Bigger streamers have pretty crazy chats, which is why I usually stay out of them. Yeah, I haven't been streaming for more than like, I think 2 or 3, maybe 3 years now. I'm not a super big streamer. I don't plan on being a super big streamer. I didn't really plan to be like, I didn't really plan on a super, I didn't plan to have more than 300 followers or anything like that. I didn't plan to have like a big following or even make money off of doing Twitch streams or having subscriptions or having stuff like that. The main reason, I know this is going to seem kind of silly because I also do art, but the main reason that I wanted to be an affiliate was to make emotes that people can use in the chat to help build a community where people can use the things I make on stream, have fun with it, and just get a lot of fun out of it, and not take things too seriously with the emotes and just kind of be like, emotes, awesome. That's mostly why I wanted affiliate, because there's one rule where you can't have emotes unless you're an affiliate, and so I was just like, okay, I've got to try to be an affiliate. I've got to actually try to push to be an affiliate, and I didn't like having to push to be an affiliate. I didn't like that I had to be an affiliate in order to use emotes, because it was just a stipulation that I found really dumb, because I like making emotes and I like making things people can use. Like if I can, I don't know if I can put any of the, can I put any of the, no, I can't talk in the chat. Son of a biscuit. Okay, I can't do any of the emotes in the chat right now. I don't know if BK has any access to any of the emotes. But I make a lot of my own emotes, and I've done emotes for a couple other streamers that have like 1,000 followers. And are you staring at crickets again, Mystic? But I'm just here to chill, have a good time, kind of talk to people, and make a safe space. Yeah. I'm very big on mental health awareness, and very big on making sure that people don't feel like harmed or threatened, or like they can't talk about what's going on, or that they feel they have to be pushed into a closet or into a corner. Basically, I am eventually wanting to become an art therapist, and that's one of my goals. One of my goals is to be an art therapist, but the cooking streams are more of a recent thing, because I've done culinary arts, I've done chef work, I like cooking, I just don't have the stamina to cook every single day. So I want to try to motivate myself to do more cooking streams, and it also motivates me to take care of myself and my mental health. So I've been trying to do at least one cooking stream every week. Sometimes two, it just depends on my mood. But I want to try to do more cooking streams, and I feel that people shouldn't really be shamed for what they're eating or what they choose to put into their body, because you're taking care of yourself and you're existing, and your body has literally been there for you every step of the way. So you're probably only going to see me in the cooking streams, to be honest. That's fair, and I understand that. There's sometimes that I make stickers on stream, and sometimes I'll make fursuits on stream. Sometimes I'll do different things. Sewing. Just a lot of stuff. I'm not much of a watching people play games person. I like crafting with people. Body doubling. Got it. Sorry. I don't know if you're on the spectrum or not. I'm on the spectrum. Body doubling is basically you want to be able to do something only when someone else is doing something, so you kind of just do stuff while they're doing stuff and in the same room or same space, but you all kind of just do your own thing. Especially when I'm sick and I need to stay in bed instead of causing a flare. Like fibromyalgia flare. Sorry, I don't mean to be like invasive or anything. I have fibromyalgia, and so when people say flare, my brain goes to fibromyalgia. But there could be like a whole slew of things. I deal with a lot of chronic pain issues, so I'm used to the flare thing. Autism, ADHD, POTS, fibromyalgia, Hashimoto's, thyroiditis, hypermobility. So I have quite a few of those. Well, I am hypermobile only whenever I'm relaxed. I am constantly tense unless I'm relaxed, but I don't have Hashimoto's and I don't have the POTS, but all the rest of that, I have it along with another list of things. A lot of stuff. The mental health part of it is an extensive list, including recent diagnoses. So it's an uphill battle, but it's not necessarily worth giving up on. Not yet. I used to want to give up every single day. I'm getting better about it, hopefully. But I'm trying to give myself silly reasons to keep going. It's not easy, and that's part of why I do the cooking streams. Is it gives me a reason to get up, it gives me a reason to try and do something and share my love of something with someone. It's a motivation. I would say it's a motivation for me, but I have dealt with not wanting to exist for 18 years of my life, and I keep pushing to try and find silly reasons to keep going, and sometimes you don't realize that silly reasons aren't super silly. Silly reasons aren't super silly when you realize that those silly reasons are the things that keep you here and keep you alive. They're reasons, not silly reasons. Hold on. So basically everything hurts, gravity is never where it's supposed to be. My hips aren't where they're supposed to be standing. Standing up makes things worse. Sitting makes things worse, and if a butterfly farts in Malaysia before... Oh god, my chat, where'd it go? Oh god, there it is. Before a rainstorm I get a migraine. It's technically passive ideation. So... it's not entirely passive. I just don't go seek help at a hospital. I have dealt with this for a very long time, and every hospital I've been to, when it comes to chronic, wanting to exit stage left, they generally don't treat that because no one is trained in dealing with someone who is constantly trying to act on it. And it's something that frustrates therapists in my case because I don't have a medicinal route, and art, it has been my go-to to cope with things for a very long time. Art, making things, trying not to think about things, which is not usually super hard, or it's not super easy, I should say. But yeah. Mine doesn't go away, and it's always there in the back of my head, but I started doing a project for like community stuff the past 3 years. Yeah, 3 years I've been doing that. I go to events locally, art events, and I share art. I share an art therapy book I do, and I also have this big 3-foot bulletin board that people pin sticky notes to, and it's called a positivity board. People can leave positive notes, take positive notes, they can draw little things, anything that makes them smile, and they just put it on the board for other people to take, or they can take up to 3 notes at a time, whatever they need that day. They can even take pictures of the board if they wanted to do that. I don't have any restriction on that for them, but you never know what someone's going through, and that's my way of showing people I understand and that they're not alone. Because sometimes you don't know what someone's going through, and you kind of gotta just help where you can, even if you think it's just a small amount. Like just telling someone, hey, you're doing great and I'm proud of you. That can make a huge difference in someone's life versus telling someone, God, you are annoying. Like, it's, I guess you'd say it's like trying to be kind to people no matter what versus being an asshole for no reason. Let me see. My reasons are usually making it to the next event, helping people, and not fucking up my baby brother's life. My reasons are that I have friends that would miss me and would cry, and I can't stand the thought of my friends crying over my body. And I have people in my community and in my chats and streams that don't want me to permanently not exist, and I've been repetitively shown that by every major surgery I've had in the past 4 years, and during my streaming having to let viewers know that my surgery that I have, because it has been super serious each time, might be my last. And I don't like having to tell people that when I have surgeries, because it's terrifying, and I don't ever want to have to break that news to someone that, hey, I won't be here next time. That's another reason that keeps me like going. I don't want to have to like break that kind of news to someone. I didn't want to break that news when I had an 80% chance of not making it on like the surgery table. I didn't want to break that news to people close to me because I was told you can make a phone call before you go under and it's possible you might not make it through this, but would you like to call anyone? You're asking me that now before you're about to... No. No, I'm good. I'm good. Don't put that through, okay? There's that, and then it's also the fact that I have 2 cats they just turned 4 years old this year, and I love my cats very, very much. They are my babies. I could never have kids of my own, so my cats are my babies. And whenever I've been in the hospital for surgery recovery or emergency surgery, and I'd be updated about how the cats were doing, the cats didn't like when I wasn't here, and they freaked out and were constantly looking for me and constantly trying to understand, like, I'm not here and I'm not home, and they were acting depressed, and they would constantly try to either cuddle Alex, or they would try to constantly go to my room and just lay on my bed. And every time I would hear about that while I was in the hospital, I was thinking, I know that sometimes I want to like not, but my cats are super sad without me. And I didn't realize how much my cats love me. And I was just like, this makes it a lot harder. Yeah, that's the worst phone call. Yeah, so in 2022, I had a super major surgery. It was very risky for my body because my body had a large buildup of scar tissue from like previous surgeries. I've had 16 major surgeries in my life since birth because I was born deformed, and it's not always easy. I'm always told the risks before surgery, but the surgery I had in 2022 was a hysterectomy because having kids wasn't in my future, and my body, it was medically necessary. I didn't have the ovaries removed at the time, but a week after that surgery, I ended up in the ER 3 times in a week, and it resulted in an emergency surgery. That emergency surgery, because it was so close to the previous one, I was told whenever they were prepping me for operation, hey, before we do this, because of the state of your body, and your body is literally unaliving on the inside, you have an 80% chance that you won't make it through this when we are operating. We will do everything we can to save you, but just in case, is there anyone you want to talk to before you go under? Is there anyone you want to call or text? And I'm just like, but you're gonna save me, right? I am literally kind of bleeding out here. I'd like to just kind of, whatever you have to do. And I have to come to terms with, like, if I go, I go. That's not something I like to think about, but in those moments, I didn't want to call anyone. I didn't want to tell anyone, hey, I probably won't be here. So I have kind of a dark sense of humor, and I made a joke, kind of. I was very vague in my text message to Alex and a few other people, and I basically said, "See you on the other side." No context, because I didn't know what to do in that moment. I was just like, "See you on the other side." I don't really know how other to put this. Yeah, PMDD and pregnancy causes me to experience psychosis. Yeah, I never had the ability. I just had an oophorectomy this year because it turns out that they left the ovaries in because they were buried in the pelvic wall, but it turned out that they needed to remove them because I had 2 7-inch masses, which essentially were like the size of small cantaloupes on, well, I say small, that's not very small, but basically 7-inch masses on both ovaries that were still remaining. Currently, I'm on HRT because hormone replacement therapy, I don't have any progesterone or estrogen left in my body, and I'm going through medically induced menopause. Normally, normal menopause for female at birth individuals tends to last 7 to 14 years. 7 to 14 years. But when you go through medically induced menopause, your whole menopausal changes happen in a quicker amount of time. So you go through all of what you would have experienced in that 7 to 14 years. You experience all of it in 1 to 3 years instead of 7 to 14. So everything I would be experiencing in that 7 to 14 years, I am currently experiencing. And I'm just over here going, well, nobody explained this. Nobody ever explained menopause. Nobody explained this stuff. This should have been taught. But my issues, I live in a very not safe state for when it comes to like women's reproductive rights. I live in a very unsafe state for women, or for female at birth individuals. I live in a very unsafe state. I live in a southern red state, and I had been approved for my hysterectomy the day before Roe versus Wade got overturned. And I was freaking out because I kept thinking, oh God, they just overturned that. I'm not going to be able to get my hysterectomy. This is medically necessary. Holy shit. I was freaking out. But luckily, because I got it approved before the overturn, I was able to still get it. And with it being medically necessary, I lucked out. But my surgeon, however, told me that I should have had the procedure done hysterectomy-wise when I was a lot younger. Whenever I had a burst appendix whenever I was 5. And that burst appendix nearly killed me. And it messed up my reproductive organs really, really bad. So having kids was never my future. And they told me that I should have had that done a lot sooner, and it would have prevented all of the issues that I had when I got older. But sometimes life just kind of throws you curveballs and you gotta just keep swinging. I'm trying to chop these onions. And I'm just like, onions, why are you not chopping? Thankfully, yeah. Like, I would have loved to been able to have kids. Would have been nice. Just wasn't in the cards for me. And that's okay. I have 2 fur babies, and I love my fur babies. And I hope that I hopefully get better with a lot of stuff. Let me try to remember. Oh yeah, I remember what I did recently. I did something recently that made me feel pretty happy. It was nice. And fur babies' names are Chaos and Needy. No, they're not. They're Mystic and Salem. Salem and Mystic. No, so I was at, like, I believe it was earlier this month. I was at, like, Family Dollar or Dollar Tree, and I was shopping around for, I got 3 at this point. I was shopping around for, like, fabric softener and detergent and stuff, and I noticed that there was a girl, her aunt and her mom, that walked into the store, and she was dressed up for a party or something. Like, all of them were. And so I asked them, oh, is it someone's birthday? And the little girl was like, oh, it's my birthday. And I was just like, oh, it's your birthday. Okay. And so I didn't get birthdays growing up. That wasn't a thing for me. My parents very much explained that whenever I tried to ask them if they were gonna, tell me happy birthday this year. They basically said, we don't celebrate birthdays. That's never been a thing for us, so why start now? Just acknowledge and say happy birthday would be nice. That's all. But I don't want other people or other kids to ever have that experience. I don't want them to feel like their birthday isn't important or that their birthday doesn't matter. And so I went back up to the cashier, and I went to the counter to the cashier, and I'm like, hey, do you have any of those balloons up there that are the rainbow birthday cake up there? Yeah, I think we have one over in the balloon stuff. So I went over to the balloon thing really quick before they checked out, and I grabbed a balloon and I had them fill it up, and then I bought it, and it was like maybe $1.25, maybe $2, so it wasn't a big deal. Bought a balloon, and I gave it to her, and I told her, happy birthday. I hope it's a great day for you. And she was so excited. Her face lit up, and her parents were like, oh, you didn't have to do that. And I'm like, I'd much rather someone be happy about their birthday. And it was a feeling inside, like in my heart, where you do something that makes up for something you lacked as a kid, but you let someone else enjoy that as much as they can. Like, common discussions include don't eat glitter. Hey, that's life-threatening. Call 911. Have you considered saving money so you don't have to freak out every month? Have you considered not doing insert danger? I keep pushing the chat. Have you considered not doing insert danger? Why does my thing do that? Sitting down with them in pediatric ER. Hey, remember when I told you that's what happened? Yeah. I don't know. It was an impulsive thing that my brain said, hey, go get them a balloon. It's their birthday. And I'm just like, okay, I'll get them a balloon. I'll tell them happy birthday. I don't even know this person, but I'll give them a balloon. But she was excited about it, and her parents were like, "Oh my god, well, happy birthday!" And I'm like, I just felt good. I just felt good doing that. Like, if it had been like an older person as well, I probably would have done that for an older person too. Over whenever I worked in the nursing home, we'd have residents that no one ever wanted to sit down and talk with them, and they just would pass them every day and never say hi, never even have a conversation with them because, oh, they're residents. You don't sit down and talk to residents. It's unprofessional. It's their quality of care. It's their life. I'd much rather a resident be happy and conversating with me than not liking that they're stuck somewhere they can't leave. So I just personally, I feel that humans should be treated like humans, and that everyone deserves kindness and deserves not to feel like they're a burden. I say that, and then I'm over here like, I'm a burden. Fuck. I don't know. I want people to feel like they're wanted or that they matter, because they do. I just have a much harder time saying that to myself. Have a much harder time. But that's okay. We all go through things sometimes. But it's better to be open and honest about it than to never tell anyone at all. But part of the streaming stuff for me is I never really considered a career as a streamer, and I never really considered like putting actual professionalism into streaming, because I'm not a professional. I'm not a professional streamer. I'm just me. I just am who I am. I am how I am, and I just kind of stay myself and don't want to change that for a stream or the interactions I have with people. I just kind of am just like, hey, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. I don't know. I'm a bit of a weirdo. And sometimes that's okay. It's okay to be a weirdo. We're all a little weird sometimes. Why are you just staring at the crickets? Leave the crickets alone. Pyro matters, even the pyro steak is. Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna try to end up. I need to make a positive note to myself later. No, Salem and Mystic are both at the kitchen window door thing, and they're looking out the back on the porch at the crickets, and they're just like that in the towards the window looking at crickets, and I'm just like, leave the crickets alone. Had to explain to one of my adopted adults that they have a heat-sensitive fainting condition, so do I. So we'd end up sitting in an ER if we went to the zoo in August. I mean, there's also, you could go to the zoo in like the spring, or you could do like a fall thing. Which reminds me, on the note of like fall, did someone use? Oh, I used that. Sorry. I have plans whenever the weather cools off and it's fall. I want to try to go to like a pumpkin patch. I haven't been in a very long time. And try and just enjoy a day in fall and do fall activities. Because I love fall. I just need to get my brain out of the funk it's having. I'll just need to repair my brain, do a little wrench work here. Maybe a hammer. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe just consider my life decisions and choices. Yeah. No, one of the, I guess you'd call it a hiccup. One of the hiccups we'd have with the, one of the hiccups we'd have with the OBGYNs is that none of them wanted to work on someone who was under the age of 30 at the time. I just turned 31 this year. It's like, Finn, January exists. We do not do outdoor trips in a 90-degree weather. We are indoor kitties from late April to mid-October. Fair enough. I am not the biggest fan of cold weather, but I'm also not the biggest fan of hot weather. So I just like a middle ground weather where it's like spring, like an early spring where it's still cool outside and it's still nice, not burning in Satan's armpit, but generally cool spring or fall, early fall and late fall. But whenever that snow and ice hits, my joints decide, you have chosen pain. Can we interest you in a higher pain? Higher pain, yes? No higher pain. Doesn't send me into a medic's tent. Fair enough. The only times that I can't be outdoors in the summer, if the weather hits over 80 and ends up being like 90 to 100, if I go outside, my skin starts to, 1, blister, 2, I get really bad sunburns. Like, it's a slight sun allergy thing. And then 3, I pass out. So generally hot weather is not my friend either. And right now I haven't bike rode because it's been 86 degrees today, and then it's supposed to be in the 90s the rest of the week. So if I can find a time when it's cloudy and cool, I can probably do some walking, but other than that, I am going to be indoors for a bit. I keep gaslighting myself into thinking I'll be in less pain when it heats up, and every year I remember that all it means is my joints move more. Fair enough. I'm gonna caramelize these onions. Yeah, I wish I could find a weather that is okay weather for my body, but it's very hard. Hot weather, cold weather, it all hurts. It all hurts. If it's too hot, my joints and body flares up. If it's too cold, my joints decide that they've chosen the rebellion alliance with Darth Vader and have decided to give me the dark side of the moon. And if it's moderately warm, my body's like, you're pushing it. And if it's moderately cold, my body goes, keeping an eye on you. It's just not a win-win situation. One of those personality webs, except it's temperature and what symptoms flare up. Yeah, I get that. Sometimes there are certain types of weathers that will make my back pain really, really bad. I've got a lot of like back issues, but that's mostly, I've had a reduction before, but wasn't much at one. Sorry, taking my thing off. Ouch. But yeah, my back issues are pretty bad. I have basically flabbergasted a lot of my physical therapists that have tried. Physical therapy basically said, look, we can't do anything for you. I tried yeeting the biddies at one time. Tried. My surgeon was misogynistic and told me to keep as much of them as I could. So, as much as I would have loved to just been an A cup or a no cup at all. My doctor was just like, no, listen, hear me out. What if you have a husband in the future that wants you to have them? Then he can grow his own. Okay, but he might want to enjoy your body as well. I don't care. Not his body. Not his choice. And what makes you think I'd go for a man? That was, my response was like, sir, I am not in a relationship with a man, and I'm not dating. And, sir, a divorce is an option. Yeah, no, the doctor was like, I get to approve what's medically necessary for you. So, if I deem that this is medically necessary for you to only have a slight reduction, then that's what we're doing. I'm not going to approve with your body size and your body shape, just taking them off. So you can either take that, find a different surgeon, or not do it at all and keep your biddies. And I'm just like, I don't want to keep my biddies though. I don't want them. Take them. But yeah, the guy was a surgeon in Missouri. I don't live in Missouri anymore, but he was not a great guy. And then the way that he performed the surgery ended up messing up a lot of stuff to where, as you can tell, I have a chest tattoo. It's on like the clavicle chest area. And when I got these done, this one was done in February, this one was done in, I believe, June, but May or June, one of the two. I had both of these done this year. I didn't feel either one whenever I was getting them done. That is the extent of the nerve damage that was done during the reduction. That reduction was back in 2018, but it still affects me to this day. I can't feel anything, and by anything I mean things I can't talk about. It's not great, but it's a lot better than it was whenever I didn't have a reduction. When I had a reduction, before I had a reduction, I was a 44J, American sizing. It was painful for my back. Everything else was fine, but it was painful. And so I sought out surgery for medical reasons. And just the fact that ever since I was a kid, they always made me very uncomfortable because it was the first thing that men would notice and speak on. How's the progress with the thing you wanted to do with said doctor? So far the progress is that I am still trying to find a doctor to do that. It is not going great, but said they couldn't help. And I'm still looking for people to help. So that's still not going great, and I have till December to get that done. And if I don't get that done by December, then I can't do it at all. But I need to fry up the shrimp. But basically my chesticles, I joke and call them chesticles, it's the only balls I have. I have testosterone but no balls. The chesticles caused my back issues, very bad deformities. My spine is curved at a 35 degree, but most surgeons will not perform surgery in the state unless it's a 45 degree, and it has to be a 45 degree curve. I've got degenerating discs in my lower back, bulging C5, C6 in the upper back, military neck, bilateral nerve damage, no cartilage left on my knees, just a lot of things. But the majority of my back issues were kind of from being born well endowed. Well, we'll call it being born well endowed. Not my choice, but nature can be a pain. Sometimes. Sometimes nature decides to throw a big middle finger my way. Try and get those fried up. Then I'll take those out after they're fried up. Then move to trying to cook the carrots. I decided, since I wasn't very successful with the coconut shrimp, we are going to use some of the shrimp for shrimp fried rice. Because that's what we're going to do. I have no other options. Well, no other options that I want to put effort into right now. But yeah, sometimes life just kind of likes to throw things. But I'm bad at catching. I'm bad at catching. You don't throw things at me and expect me to catch. Wait, no, bad. Don't do that joke. That don't, no. Bad joke. Censor yourself. Everything's fine. I think I can get this. I feel like that is. Well, I mean, nope, still can't say that. I'm like, wait a minute. There are some conversations you can't have. Whoops. Come on, cook. I've been at this a while. I just wish that my cooking didn't take very long. But at least it's not a repeat of yesterday. Twitch police still around. Yeah, no. Basically, trying to remember. So, yesterday might have not ended the greatest with cooking. I kept thinking to myself, I'll be fine if I make something slightly spicy, and I should be fine, and it'll be okay, and there's nothing going to go wrong with this. So yesterday I made kind of a Spanish rice / like taco rice, but I wanted it to be a tad spicy. So I threw in a little dash of cayenne, thinking nothing of it, and thinking, okay, this is fine. My grandma was the only one with a capsaicin allergy. I will be fine. I can tolerate spicy sometimes. I was wrong. I I put, I think, too much cayenne. I think that might have been the problem and culprit. But I started to have allergic reactions after stream and after finishing eating what I made, to a point that my whole body was itching, and I had basically like blisters that were itchy all over my arms and all over like the abdomen region. And I was feeling like, note to self, pay attention to your shrimp. I was noticing that like it was feeling a little bit hard to breathe, but not like I couldn't breathe, but it was like that kind of like you feel like your chest is being set on and you feel like your body's really tight. I don't know how to describe it other than that, but I started to have that feeling, and I took some allergy meds because I was thinking, oh man, this might be an allergic reaction, but I luckily am used to having allergic reactions, so it wasn't severe enough for the ER, but I did do an allergy med, and I made sure I had someone around that was monitoring my breathing and my sleep to make sure that I wasn't going to not exist. I know how to handle the allergic reactions sometimes. It's just depending on what I'm eating can be more intense. I'll probably take an allergy med before I eat any of this. It wasn't super severe, but it was a close call. I'm okay. I just was trying to figure out what caused this? What is making me feel this way? And I kept thinking about all the ingredients I put into the taco rice. I'm like, the only thing I think would have triggered it would have been the cayenne. But I put like a dash of cayenne, not that much. It shouldn't have done that. But I also remembered that my grandma had a capsaicin allergy. So I was like, no, come on. I like spicy food. This is not fair. I like spicy food. Sometimes I like spicy food, and I want to be able to enjoy spicy food, because like one of the main people I live with loves spicy food. I'm just like, why do you gotta have stuff spicy? I get it. My family loves spicy food, but my palate's over here like, spicy food, huh? You know, your grandma, you could have your grandma's taste buds. No, please no. Like, yeah, I do not do well with spicy food, but I also can't eat eggs by themselves or like an egg-based dish usually. And I generally can't just do a large amount of seafood. I can do seafood sometimes and shellfish sometimes, but generally take an allergy med and kind of keep an eye on the nausea level, because if I have too much seafood or too much shellfish, I start to get really, really nauseous and I don't feel good. The best way I can describe it is I feel like wanting to pass out. But if it is not good for me, why does it taste good? Like, if it is not something I am supposed to eat, why does it tempt me? If I am not supposed to eat the healthy food that is beneficial for my body, why does my body, why does the food have to look good or taste good or be like sitting there going, I'm good for your body? Sometimes. Yeah, but I can't. Please? Just maybe a little bit once in a while. Like I can sometimes do like takoyaki where it's like seafood, it's octopus. Sometimes I can do octopus, but majority of the time octopus is octopus is a gamble, which is why I only do it every so often, because it's risky. A lot of seafood is risky for me, but if it's risky, why does it taste good? I know this is a bad example, and like, don't do what I'm doing because this might be bad for your health, but I've heard that death cap mushrooms are delicious and enjoyable, and you only get to eat them once. You get to try them once, and I'm just over here going, there's a reason you only try them once. I think there's actually been like I think there's been a recorded request from like prisoners on death row. I think one of them requested tasting a death cap mushroom at one point. I am not sure about that though. Reminds me of that one comic you did that one time where your character ate something and had to take a break while your roommate was like, why did you do that? That's how I got a kiwi allergy. Fair enough. I'm trying to remember. I know someone who's allergic to kiwis, eggs, and strawberries. I'm letting the carrots kind of just simmer for a bit. Let's see. Yeah, I did a comic one time, and it was about the person had this block of Swiss cheese, and they're like, oh, Swiss cheese, I love Swiss, starts like eating it, and it's like, worth it, and then goes, wait, and fills their stomach like gurgling and goes, oh no, fuck, and like runs to the restroom, and their roommate comes up to them and knocks on the door and goes, hey, you did something you weren't supposed to do, didn't you? I just wanted Swiss cheese! You do know that you're lactose intolerant, right? Worth it? Are you sure about that? Like, I made that because a lot of the times that I love to eat like dairy related stuff, I know I shouldn't because it hurts. But it's tasty. It's tasty. I have to ditch and take meds. Have a good night. Get good rest. Hope you enjoyed your time. Why are the carrots not done? Oh, I need to cook eggs. Oops. But I have to be careful in the amount of eggs, though. I need to mix eggs into the skillet and fry up eggs. It's gonna be risky. It's gonna be very risky. I think the carrots are mostly cooked. Yeah, the problem I'm gonna have with this is that it contains both shellfish and eggs. So I'm just over here like, well, I wanted something tasty, but probably gonna do an allergy med because this is not gonna be, for sure not the droid you are looking for. Hello. Hi. I'm streaming.
I know.
What?
You want to grab my drink for me then? Can you put a fresh one in for me?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I didn't make a lot of coconut shrimp, but I did put some of the shrimp back in the freezer. But also, yeah. Why is shrimp a weapon?
Ice is a weapon.
Why is ice a weapon?
Because it's a hard crystal, technically.
Me, whenever I see a good macaroni pie, I should be able to risk this. I haven't had dairy in years, don't. But it looks so devilishly good. BK says hi.
What?
BK says hi.
Hi, BK.
Yeah. Boom. Okay. I'll put that there, and then got some eggs. Isn't this exciting? Wow. Excellent choice. Wow, what's that? You know, your wow buffet seems a little exaggerated. I'm sorry, but I'm going to do the food puns because I can. Let's do 3 eggs. That should be okay to do because it's not going to be 6 eggs, it'll just be 3. There should be less eggs, which should be fine, hopefully. Fingers crossed on that one. You could say I have a very, what's the word I'm looking for? You could say I like to crack a lot of jokes. I like to crack a lot of jokes. Why the shall not? This is gonna give you a headache by the end of this. This is fine. Everything's fine. What's my timer? 36%. I should be able to finish this before my phone runs out of battery. It's fine. Everything's fine. Wall buffet's harder. This is fine. Garlic powder. Onion powder. Boom. Salt, pepper, onion powder. We're going to sprinkle in a little chicken bouillon because we do not have an extensive amount of soy sauce right now. We have a generalized amount of soy sauce. If I had to explain the amount of soy sauce I normally have, it's like a bottle that would be about yay big, but right now, putting the olive oil back, right now we have like one of those tabletop soy sauce bottles kind of amounts of soy sauce because I didn't put soy sauce on the list because it didn't occur to me that I would need soy sauce. So I didn't think I'd be making chicken fried rice. Well, shrimp fried rice at this point. But you're gonna make sure the eggs get cooked. Okay, so this is the amount of soy sauce I have. Should be good. Hopefully. Hopefully. It was then in that moment they knew that they fucked up. Gandahi gasahi. What is it? What does it mean? It means land back. Hello, 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 hello. Yo. I seem like a decent person. Not too bad. Just need to kind of keep ourselves Minecraft. That should be reasonable. They don't really do. Eggs, okay. So since we got the eggs going, also a little bit about my PNG Tuber update. I found an actual model that more or less represents current me until the artist I'm waiting on can make one model I can spiritually relate to with. This is my first D&D character. Nice! I hope that I was able to help with the tutorial on the PNG thing. Gotta throw these onions in. Sometimes things take a lot of work. Throw the carrots. And then put over shrimp. So a little bit of shrimp, a little bit of eggs, a little bit of carrots. And hopefully our sanity doesn't go out the window. Sanity's already out the window. Right. Fuck. Whoops. You mean to tell us we were never sane? Yeah. Oh, peas, right. Because I want peas in this refried rice things. Okay. So, what we're gonna do is hopefully have enough rice here. I don't know how I use so many freaking bowls. How did I use so many bowls? What is wrong with me? No concept of like using one bowl over and over. Apparently. Okay. Should be enough rice to do that. Should be a decent amount. Put it there. Alright. Now, take the rice. Just take a decent amount of rice. And we're gonna try to fry it up. So we're gonna definitely kind of go over here. Gonna mix that all into each other. You know what it's like when your whole mass amount of your weight is centered in your top half? Specifically your top half? Sorry, my brain's just... You know what it's like when your body outweighs yourself by your two tatas? I am lacking sleep and sanity. Hold on. What is going on here? Alright. So, now that that's frying up, I hopefully didn't make too much. Just a generous amount. This is fine. Everything's fine. We're all a little mad here. See, my thing with this is that I was hoping to do enough, like, soy sauce and stuff with this so that I could do the coconut shrimp on top of the fried rice. Now, this is like a healthy fried rice, not like super fried rice, but it's just generally healthier kind of fried rice. I minced up the carrots to where they're like super fine. Did I have garlic out here? Nope. But also, I don't know if I did enough on this. I may need to put garlic. Just a bit of garlic in here. think that's good to go. We'll find out soon enough. Moment of truth. Wait. Before I do that, allergy med ahead of time. I know that there are consequences to my actions. I'm perfectly aware of that. I am cognitive of that. Allergy med, because this may not be great. Okay. Alright, now I'll let that settle down. Excuse you. It's a moment of truth. Okay, I stand corrected. This was good rice. We have made good choices. Excuse you. Excuse you. You want to see how that turned out. Alright. I'm gonna try and grab this. So, got the shrimp fried rice. Try not to injure my wrists. But yeah. So that's taken care of. And I'm gonna risk the allergens because I have no sanity, that's why. But yeah, shrimp fried rice. And then the coconut shrimp, I don't know if it got done or not. Is this even done? Yeah, it's done. Well, it turns out I did not. I didn't burn the coconut shrimp. I thought I did. Turns out I just don't trust myself. I was trying to make some coconut shrimp to go with this. Because apparently I don't value my life. But take the baked coconut shrimp. Baked coconut shrimp, and then there you go. Normally people will fry coconut shrimp, but I have chosen to bake coconut shrimp. And ma'am, file your grievances with HR, not me. Grievances, HR, not me. You're being a Karen. Should have just named you Karen. But that's taken care of. And luckily, that took a little over 2 hours. Not what I wanted it to take, but it's definitely not something. Yeah, I started around 8 o'clock. Mistakes were made. But that's okay. So, that's tackled. And I occasionally in my stream and do stuff like eat my food and then play Minecraft. Maybe. I don't know. It's to be determined. It depends on how I feel. Let me see. Need to do... But yeah, that would be, we got the food made, and I've taken allergy meds, so we should be good on that. And remember, take your meds, eat something if you haven't already, drink water. I can finally take that off. Drink water. Be kind, yeah. Remember that you're loved, you matter. Take care of yourself. And take your meds if you take meds. And have a happy time zone wherever you are in the world. And try to get some rest and have a good night. See y'all next time. And remember, feel free to follow if you want to follow. Feel free to subscribe if you feel like subscribing. You're not required to. And have a good night. Bye everyone. See you next time.